We're here today with Wayne Strachan of the Fort Francis Lakers of the Superior International Hockey League for this episode of the Junior Hockey Network Hockey Show. How are you today, Wayne?
I'm good, Jay. Thanks.
Like I say, you're in the second last week of the 2017-18 SIJHL regular season. The Fort Francis Lakers saw action with two home games and one road game last evening. Can you talk about those games against the Norskies, the Miners, and the North Stars?
Um, well, I guess I know the outcomes haven't been on the positive side, and as a coach, you're, I guess, never pleased when you lose. But the coaching staff's very, very happy with the way we played, and over the weekend, in really all three games, we had a chance to win every game. We were in every game. Over the last week, we've added a few affiliated players from our local high school team, and it just seemed to maybe kind of lift the attitude of the players, and we're a little more upbeat. We have a full lineup now, and guys are working hard. We're competing. We're battling. We're doing a lot of little things right, and if you look at the overall picture of the three games, the biggest thing, or probably the two things that stick out, are we didn't capitalize on all our chances, and just a little mistake here or there to give them a break probably cost us in games. And last night, we go to a shootout with probably the hottest team in the league through the second half, and a team that's playing very confident, and and throughout the game, I could just feel the guys not giving up or giving in. Where earlier in the season, if we were down 2-1 late in the third, we just didn't have that feeling that we could come back. But last night we never gave up. We kept battling, and we're fortunate enough to tie it. But shootouts have been our nemesis throughout the year, and we're unable to get the job done. But overall, very pleased with how the team's played, and hoping that we can continue that going into the weekend, and obviously then next week in the first round of the playoffs.
And what does that say about the Fort Francis Muskies, the high school program in Fort Francis, about you being able to call up players to come up to that level so late in the season?
Well, I think the program's history speaks for itself. Dating back to far before even I got the opportunity to play on the team. It's just a rich history of championships and solid players that have developed through their program and gone on to play junior hockey or even further. So, the guys that we have are definitely deserving of being here, and guys that possibly could have played here all year with us, and chose to finish out their last year of school with the Muskies, and it's unfortunate that they fell short of another championship, which I believe would have been their 13th in a row, and but I guess it's kind of a win-win for us and them. We get the opportunity to add to our lineup, and obviously it gives them a chance to get some junior A experience before the end of the season, and obviously lets them know what it's all about if they're choosing to play next year at this level.
And it gives you a chance as a coaching staff to see who might be able to fit in for the fall's roster, doesn't it?
For sure. We definitely don't mind getting an upper hand or seeing guys live in action, and there's no better way to tell what they can do in seeing them. So definitely helps in our evaluations, and we like what we've seen so far.
And it's not taken away from the performance of the call-up goaltenders last week, but how hard is it not to have one of the regular goaltenders between the pipes at this time of the season now that, like you say, going into the final 2 games in the postseason? Now Izzy is back, but can you tell us how that gives a little bit more confidence on the back end now having Izzy back?
Yeah, it was definitely, I guess, a tough situation. We've lost Brett Atkins for the season due to a shoulder injury. And Izzy Rolston was back home getting some an old injury cleaned up by his doctor back home. So we had to call upon a couple of young guys that have I guess 0 experience at the junior A level. I guess the goalie that had played Kenora AAA Thistle's goalie, Matt Booth, who is a local Fort Francis kid, and then our backup would have been Spencer Murphy, who's also a Fort Francis kid, but Matt's a 17-year-old and Spencer's a 16-year-old, so the days of experience were very little at the junior A level, but with Matt being the AP, he had to play both games, or he played both games, and can't complain there. His first save as a junior in a junior game was a huge backdoor save where he come across crease and made a big save on Thief River, and kind of settled them in from there, and he gave us a chance in both hockey games to be in it, and obviously have the chance to have success, and a little unfortunate in the, I guess, how the rules work with emergency backups and whatnot, and so Matt had to be called upon in both games, and obviously Spencer backed us up. Izzy's back and played well last night. He was maybe the reason through the late part of the second and early part of the third that it was a 2-1 hockey game. He made numerous big saves. He was focused, solid in net. But I think just having your goalie return or the goalie that's a goalie that's has experience and you definitely trust them in the net definitely helps the team in front of them. But like I said, not to take anything away from Matt, he played well for a young guy, and again definitely gave us a good chance to see what he can do in between the pipes. Now,
will Matt be on the roster for the rest of the season with you?
Unfortunately, no. The Kenora still has the Western play down, or the HNO championships, I guess, versus Thunder Bay. They start, I believe, Friday, and they stretch out in a best-of-5 series through the next 2 weekends, and then the following week they'll play in the Western Telus Cup in Thunder Bay. So, maybe during the week we could spot him in as a backup, but obviously we want him to be focused on what he needs to take care of with his team, and so we'll be piecing together emergency goalies. Last night we had Devin Russell dressed as the emergency backup from a Thunder Bay Junior B team, and we'll just continue to see what we can do for the rest of the season to back up Izzy.
And like you say, you finished the regular season, like you say, on the 16th and the 17th with matchups against the 2 top teams in the SIJHL. How does this prepare you guys for the first round of postseason against the Miners?
Well, I think it's definitely a big test. If you look at, even if you take last night, the three top teams and in what you can do, and if last night's any indication, like I said, I liked our game for the most part, and we played the right way, or the way we needed to compete against a team that's ahead of us, and I think we need to bring that again. We have to stay in this focus mode, or the way our attitude is, and again, just keep coming and working hard and proving to ourselves that we belong and we can play with these teams. And last Saturday against Thief River was a really good hockey game to watch, and both teams played well, and if that's any indication of how Friday and Saturday will be, we'll definitely take that. Obviously, Dryden's a huge test for us, big rivalry, and a team we've played pretty well the last few times here, and I think we've lost both games in shootouts. So, they're definitely both games that we want to have success in, but again, prepare ourselves for next Wednesday, and our effort needs to be there. We need to have that competing battle at a high level, and we need to defend well. And if we can defend well and get pucks, then it gives ourselves an opportunity to use our offensive ability and our speed. So, we'll have a good skate today and see what tomorrow brings.
And like I say, going into the two final games of the season, and you're going to be finishing in fifth and facing the Miners, and heading into the two final games of the season, you're sitting third in attendance in the SIJHL, and like I say, Fort Frances is so used to having a team, like say, in the top one or two of the roster. But what does that say about the Fort Frances fans still, like you say, with you guys being in fifth this year, about, like say, supporting the Lakers?
Well, the loyal fans have stood by us through thick and thin this season, and it's definitely been tough at times. And you'd obviously like to play in front of the biggest crowds that you can, and hopefully maybe this weekend the way we've played, and I know it hasn't been maybe a lot of wins as of late, but the team's played well, and I think anybody that has watched us throughout the year has seen us grow. We do have a younger team than we've had in the past, and anything can happen, and the more support we can get this weekend, and obviously next weekend when we come back home for Game 3 on the Saturday, would be great. And but our fans have been good. They've remained positive. They've seen improvements in the team, and I think our loyal ones definitely feel that maybe we can make some noise if everything aligns right and comes together at the right time, starting next week, I guess.
And that proves, like say, it doesn't matter if it's Junior A or NHL. Teams do, like say, you want to be at the top of the standings every year, of course, but it doesn't happen every year. And a prime example, like say, I'm not a Maple Leaf fan, but Maple Leaf fans have been begging for 40 years. So to have a year or two of, like you say, not so great, it does happen in Junior A hockey, right?
For sure, you're always gonna have your ups and downs. You definitely like to have more ups than downs, and we went through a strong period where our teams were older, and we had a lot of experience to successful. The last couple of years we've been a little younger, and the guys this year have went through so much adversity and so many ups and downs and some disappointments and frustration, and so they've seen kind of everything. And I just think if we can come Saturday forget about everything that's happened and put that behind us, we're starting a new season, and it's what you do with the opportunity you have, and if you can rise up to that challenge and understand and know what playoff hockey means, and that's half the battle is the mental aspect of it, and you get yourself ready mentally. Everyone in our lineup is capable physically of being here and contributing, so we're hoping that's what happens, and we'll see what happens.
Well, Wayne, good luck in the next two games, like say against Thief River Falls and Dryden on the weekend, and we'll surely talk before you hit the ice next week against the Miners.
Sounds great, Jay. Thank you.
Thank you.